So how can we write an equation in slope-intercept form when we've not been given a graph? We've just been given the information about the points on the graph. So think about the equations we've worked with so far. We've worked with the slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So within that slope formula is 2 points, right? Special lines, they might be important, but when I'm thinking about slope-intercept, I'm really thinking y equals mx plus b. So how can I use 2 points to get to y equals mx plus b? And the key is 2 points will give us the m. So let's work with that. When we think about it, we want to find the slope first. So remember that slope formula, y2 minus y1? Remember how we'd write that? I would just kind of start off, I'd be like m equals, and then I would think y to y. So I drew my little arrows, y minus y, negative 1 minus 7. Then I would go x to x, go back to the same point you started with. 1 minus negative 3. Minus a negative. Be careful with that, remember that's just plus a positive. Negative 1 minus 7, negative 8. 1 plus 3, well that would be 4. And negative 8 divided by 4 would give us negative 2. So I can say, well, my slope is negative 2. Now I have a slope. You know what else I have? I actually have all these points, right? I have 2 points here. They've given me 2 of them. So I'm going to rewrite this equation, y equals mx plus b. I know the m now. And I actually have an x and a y. I have 2 x and y's. I have 1, negative 1, and I have negative 3, 7. So I'm going to try 1, negative 1. Now you have to be careful. Remember, x, y. So when I go to plug in for y, I'm going to say, well, the y is negative 1 equals, the m is negative 2. We already found that. The x and m are being multiplied together. What's the x value of the coordinate I'm using? 1. And b is what I'm going to solve for. So negative 1 equals, well, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus b. Now we're solving for b, so the negative 2 needs to move. It's a negative, I'm going to add it. And 1, negative 1 plus 2 is 1. 1 equals b. So first, find the slope. Then you're going to use one of the ordered pairs, or one of the coordinates with the slope to find the b. And you would just rewrite that as y equals, you know the m's negative 2. Negative 2x, you know the b is 1 plus 1. Now I know what you're thinking, but what would have happened if I would have used the other point? Try it. Remember, y equals mx plus b. What's the y value? 7, right? Equals, we're still using negative 2. We already had the m, times the x value. Negative 3 plus b. So 7 equals negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6 plus b. Still solving for b. I would subtract 6 from both sides, and 1 would still equal b. So it doesn't matter which coordinate you pick. They're both going to give you the same answer. So I always say find the one that looks the easiest. If there's a 0, a 1, something that's going to multiply nice and neat, those are the ones I'd like to pick first, but you can use any of them. Doesn't matter. So let's try a couple more here. All right, remember, first, we got to find the slope. To find the slope, I need m equals, I like to draw my little arrows, y to y. Negative 5 minus 1 over x to x. 0 minus negative 8, minus a negative plus a positive. Negative 5 minus 1, well, that's negative 6 over 0 plus 8 is 8. Now careful with your slope. It is important that you always simplify fractions. These are both even, right? 6 and 8, so I'll divide both of those by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my slope is negative 3/4. We have a slope. Now we need to go find b. Now again, I see a 0 up there. That's the point I'm going to use. Will both work? Absolutely. put the y here. So if I'm using this coordinate, the y is -5 equals, my slope is -3/4 times my x. Well, the x value was 0 plus b. Therefore, -5 equals, well, -3/4 times 0, that's just 0 plus b. And we don't really need to write 0, so we can just say -5 equals b. Now we can rewrite our equation. Y equals my m, -3/4 x minus 5. Remember, these are always in y equals mx plus b. This is exactly what we had up here. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, here we go. M equals y minus y, 5 minus 6. Over, go back to the exact same coordinate you started with. 2 minus 1. 5 minus 6, -1. 2 minus 1, 1. -1 divided by 1, -1. So my slope equals -1. Now I need to go find my b. I've got my slope, y-intercept. Y-intercept needs both an m and a b, and I've got an m. Now let's go find the b. So again, still using the formula to help us out. I have 2 points right here. I have 1/6 and I have 2/5. Does it matter which one? No. They both look like they'll be okay. I'm just going to pick the 2/5. 5 equals -1 times, what's the x value? 2 plus b. So that would be 5 equals, well, -1 times 2 is -2 plus b. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And 7 equals b. Well, great. Now I have an m and a b. So I can say, okay, remember that y equals mx plus b? Let's fill it in. That means that y would equal my m, -1x plus 7. Remember, they usually don't write -1 anymore. They would actually write this as y equals -x plus 7 would be simplified form. We've got one more. We've got a table. You're like, well, what's different with the table? Well, tables just mean we have more points. That's what a table tells us. We don't just have 2. We actually have 1, 2, 3. Now, most of the time they will tell you if it's a line or not, if they want you to determine that. So here we're like, yes, we've been given that this is a linear function. So I'm going to think my m equals y minus y, 20 minus 14, over x minus x, 4 minus 7. Well, what's 20 minus 14? 6. 4 subtract 7, -3. Be careful with your positives and negatives. 6 divided by -3. Yes, that is -2. So I can say my slope is -2. Now, just like with my others, I need to go find b. So what if I have an m, I need the xy coordinate. And in this table, I've been given 3. It does not matter which one you pick. They will all get the exact same b. So I'm just going to pick the top one. So 20 equals, that's my y value, m, -2. My x value is 4 plus b. So 20 equals, what's -4 times, or -2 times 4? Yeah, -8 plus b. Still solving for b, which means we're going to have to add 8 to both sides. Think about your one-step equations here. So that'd be 28 equals b. So now I have a b. Write that in y equals mx plus b. So y will equal, my m is -2, so -2x. My b was 28, so plus 28. Again, when you are looking at these, when you plug them back into y equals mx plus b to find the b, does not matter which point. They will all give you the same b. So if you're thinking, well, I wonder if I messed that one up, you could always check by using a different point. Your answer should be the same. So just a quick reminder. First things first, find the slope. Use the slope and one of the points you've been given to find the b. Once you have the b, now you can write it in y equals mx plus b.